life. Thank you. All right, Jennifer, do you have both links for Infinity app owners and for subscribers?
I've got the Infinity link.
Okay, let me give you, because I'm going to have Jennifer kind of handle this for anybody that has questions. So let me give this to you, Jennifer, separately here. So hold on one second. Then if you haven't got access to the marketing portal, which we obviously very highly recommend, and I'll explain that here in a second here. Then you can communicate with Jennifer and she'll private message you any necessary links. My ask is that you do not put whatever link that we're sending you publicly in here, because it will confuse people, because there's two different links that go to different people with different accounts. So please don't post any of these links publicly, if you would, please. All right, so hold on a second. This is Jennifer, this is for Infinity clients.
I got the Infinity one. I need the other one.
Okay. And this is for regular subscribers. Copy link. Monthly subscribers.
I need the one for subscribers too, Robert.
Okay, so Jennifer will private message you that particular link.
Thank you.
Okay, Jennifer, you good with that? Awesome. Okay. All right, everybody, welcome. We already got started here, but welcome to our marketing support call. Typically, if you've never been on any of these calls before, I know I think there's a couple new people to this call, so I want to welcome you. Deborah and Jarrett, I think you guys are new to Actionera, is that right? Cool. Were you just at the event that Iman spoke at? No, you came in 22 apps by chance? Okay, there we go. It was going to be one or the other, but typically with this particular support call, I come into it with a marketing strategy that I kind of teach on, and then we have usually plenty of time to get questions answered and that sort of thing. But since I've been traveling and been out of town doing the action talks and the Authority Advantage program and that sort of thing, and just in general, because the whole marketing side of Actionera, the marketing portal side of Actionera, and marketing in general is shifting in a huge way, in a huge positive way, which I'll explain here. I just figured that I would just open this call up to any question that's marketing related. My suggestion is we keep this focused on marketing, and when I say focus on marketing, I mean from two couple different perspectives. What questions do you have about marketing in general, marketing strategies that I could potentially help you with, that would help you with your business or your app and website, so that you could just throw out anything. Hey, how do I do this, right? And I can give you some feedback, ideas, and that sort of thing based on my experience. Or what questions do you have about the marketing portal and all the things that it's capable of doing? And then I can get in and share my screen and show you the marketing portal. And there's some new things that's been added to the marketing portal. There's some improvements that I've noticed that have been added to the marketing portal. So I can address any of those things. But if you're looking for specific things, or if you have questions about the app, I would suggest that you either message us in the chat, maybe message Jennifer. Jennifer is one of my experts in Actionera and the app platform, and she's also the one that creates the knowledge base and all the articles and the support articles and that sort of thing in there. So she's the genius at Actionera. Or hold on to those questions for our Thursday call, because our Thursday call is open for everything, especially Actionera app and marketing related. Now, I say that, but I'm actually going to show you something today that relates to the app because of the 9.0 version. I'm actually going to show you marketing using push notifications using the new Actionera 9.0 push system that is now ready and getting ready to roll out for apps. And so I'm going to actually pull up and show you what that looks like, and show you what that first phase of that is going to be, and how cool it is, and how significantly better it is from our current technology that we're plugged into, and how it's going to evolve and get even better in phase 2 and phase 3, and what that looks like. So I will be kind of talking about that. So so that's just kind of the plan for today. And we'll just see where it all takes us. Okay. So let's just jump in and get started. Jan, let's start with your question. And then when I see kind of a break in questions, then I'm going to come in and I'll show you the new push system and how that works. Okay. Jan, you want to start?
Yeah, okay. So this is rather a generic question rather than a specific question related to marketing, but I'm involved with another company on some of the coaching side in terms of personality assessments and things. And they invited me to a free access to social funnels. And I looked at it and I thought, this is based on Go High Level, because, you know, the menu at the side, it's like, well, it looks just like, well, similar to Actionera, but didn't have the same number of options, because obviously it's some kind of limited platform. Yeah. But I guess two questions really. One is, are you working on incorporating AI into Actionera? That's the first question.
Yeah. So yes, there is AI available in the marketing platform, but this is not something that, because we run off. So let me explain what we call the Actionera marketing platform, and we, as we've said, use the Go High Level platform, and we have what's called a branded agency account, which allows us to resell and offer accounts to our clients however we want. Go High Level has become pretty much the biggest platform in a marketing platform on the internet today. It's just wildfire across the internet, from people using it just direct accounts with Go High Level to agency accounts like through Actionera. The thing that's a little bit different with us is that we don't actively go out and offer plans for our marketing portal outside of the Actionera app and web package, because we're not interested in that. We're not interested in trying to build an agency marketing platform like most people are. So we are just basically offering this service to our existing clients to use. Now, what is unique about our offer is most Go High Level agencies, or Go High Level themselves. So if you go to the Go High Level website, they offer accounts individually. They offer 3 different accounts: a $99, $199, and a $299 plan. Okay. And those plans just basically turn on or off different features that are available in the back end of that account. Actionera either includes a plan with a subscription, or we charge $49 a month for the marketing, or for our Infinity plans, our Infinity clients, which means anybody that signed up prior to the beginning of 2023, anybody to 2022 and before are considered Infinity plan owners. They would be paying $49 a month. Now, the features that we make available to you with your plan, with your subscription, or with your $49 plan is the equivalent to the $299 plan that Go High Level charges, or most other agency account charges. So you're getting, the biggest plan with all the features possible, that we just basically said, screw it, let's just turn it all on here, because it's not about trying to, offer different levels of plans for the marketing platform. It's just about providing an all-in-one platform through Actionera. Okay, so there's a huge advantage to be a part of Actionera because you get, the app and web, and you get, the highest level, go high level plan through us. Okay, so what you're seeing, Jan, is you're seeing someone that has basically established a either free or low cost version of it, but they've got probably a ton of things that are turned off in hope that you'll upgrade and pay $199 or more a month to get the rest of the stuff that might be available. But through us, you get it all. Okay. So that's I think you had another question in there, but my brain is not remembering. Was there another question in there?
Well, the other question was linked to it, actually. I didn't say it, so it's all right. You didn't forget. It was, is there any benefit in or opportunity to link the two? Or are you going to be, one thing you didn't answer was about you incorporating AI into Actionera and what that time frame would be. But if I've got this other platform free and I'm putting out social media stuff that's got AI as, a platform included, if it's going to bring leads in, then I don't want to have leads coming in one application of go high level in effect and separate from the main one that I'm using in Actionera. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you mean. So go high level has AI elements to it. And I'm trying to pull it up here. So let me address go high level and our understanding and our the scope of it. I mean, it's a huge comprehensive marketing platform. It's very impressive in what they've kind of built. And so I am in no shape or form an expert on go high level. I am just like someone that can get in trouble getting in there and do enough damage to maybe generate some results. Jennifer's probably more experienced at it, but Jennifer's still not a go high level expert. So that hence comes our new team member. His name is Alberto, who we hired just recently, like yesterday, and we're onboarding right now, is a go high level expert. And he's especially an expert at funnel building, automations, and all that sort of thing. Okay. So Alberto is going to work with us in a number of different capacities. Because one of the ways that he's going to help serve you is that we're going to schedule a new go high level focused support call that will happen every 2 weeks, where Alberto will be the lead on that call, but I'll be on that call, and Jennifer will probably be on that call and that sort of thing to offer him support, to basically answer any questions about go high level and all the capabilities of it, and actually show you what to do and that sort of thing. So we're gonna have someone that's going to be able to come in here and really speak to some of the deeper, better elements of go high level. Now, what go high level has is they have different AI things that I'm still not 100% sure on. They've got content AI, which is they have a thing called content AI. They have another thing called conversation AI, which conversation AI is like a chat bot. It's like a support chat bot. They have another one called workflow AI, and workflow AI is the automations. And so I'm going to answer your question. Yes, there's AI built into the marketing portal, but I have no idea what they do. So I'm just going to be honest with you. I have no freaking idea. I just know that they're there and that we're just starting to kind of enable them for everybody to be able to use and figure them out ourselves. Hence, Alberto being one of our, teachers in doing that. Okay, so that's marketing platform, go high level related. Actionera, the plans for AI and Actionera. Actionera is very much, very clearly interested in and looking at AI as an element inside of the Actionera app and web platform. Okay, and we're figuring out what that might look like so that we're not just throwing out just junk. We're doing something that actually makes sense. Actionera is obviously very, very interested in AI because we're publishing, under the 9.0 version of Actionera, a brand new app called AI Tools and Resources, meaning that we're constantly out there reviewing hundreds of AI technologies to figure out what works for small businesses, specifically, you guys specifically. That app is specifically targeted towards small business entrepreneurs, people like us. Okay, so we're very, very deeply involved in AI as a resource for us as small businesses. But inside of Actionera, we're in a conversation with adding a ChatGPT integration with areas where, like, for example, if you go into like an article, the article section of the app platform, you can post content for the app, you can post it for the web, but then there will be an AI tab that you can click on, do an actual prompt that will pull up, actual content or headlines or subject or, titles or whatever. And you just have kind of a direct access and integration in with ChatGPT directly in the back end of Actionera. We are also exploring an AI related funnel builder. So you can just through different prompts and, and that sort of thing, it will build like funnels and have that ready to go. Emails written and pages designed using specific templates and, headlines written, all that sort of thing. So we have plans for that. Timing wise I don't know. I mean, we've got a long list of things that we're going to do. But it is something that's part of our roadmap and plan for the actual app and the website of things. And then we'll be turning on and activating the AI in the marketing platform side of things once we figure out what it does, so that we can educate you on the use of it, because we don't want to just throw things on and go figure it out while we don't know what the hell it does, right? So that is happening.
Okay, great. Because I know there are certain things. Well, I had to contact support and say, have we got the affiliate portal? Because it wasn't, I was looking in the, the training little modules that are incorporated. And it was talking about, how to set up affiliates, and I hadn't got it active in my account, and they had to switch it on for me. So I'm just wondering if there are things that we do have access to that perhaps haven't been switched on.
What we found is that there are actually two ways that people become a member of the Actionera marketing portal. And that is they fill out one form or they sign up for another form. And the problem is we're finding that not all the features are being turned on depending on which form that they're filling out. And it's been a puzzle for us because we don't really know the system as well as we hope we would know it. Therefore, Alberto is going to come in hopefully this week and help us resolve that and make sure all elements and features are toggled on for all of our clients. Okay, the affiliate thing, and there's other things that we found out turned on. We also discovered that when you can actually you have control over things that are turned on in your account by when you create a team access, which you're part of the team, to your own account. There is a I can actually show you here. Let me show you here. So this is an Actionera account. This is not our agency account. When you go to settings and you go to my staff, you've got these, you got your staff here, so you can set up kind of new employees, right? So if I just go in here and edit Trevor's, there is actually under user permissions, toggles that will toggle on all the different things that they can have access to. So you can actually give employees, your staff, access to some things and not other things. What we found with some of our app owners or account owners is that they didn't realize that some of these things were turned off. Like I think funnels was turned off in one person's and websites was turned off in another person's, and they weren't able to see that in the menu, even though we were showing them that those things were available. And we were like, well, wait, we got it turned on. Why the hell isn't this not working? And we found out that it was an individual setting in their account under their staff settings. So that when you're logged into your account, that's something you might want to go to settings, go to my staff. You should be listed here. Click on edit and make sure under roles you're an admin. So clearly, who am I under here? Robert at AppRose. Oh, that's interesting. You want to be set up as an admin, and then you'd want to make sure these are toggled on, although you don't want only assigned data to be, you want that to be turned off, and then update and save your account. Now, if you're not admin, and if you don't have those things turned on, then you can actually control that, turn that on for yourself.
Okay, great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
All right.
So
Thank you.
again, those are things that are just that we're still kind of figuring out too along the way here.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's keep going with questions. Now, Madeline asked, you asked this question early on here. You asked about, other than the monthly costs, what are the other costs that are associated with Go High Level? The other costs that are associated with your account is a usage cost for sending out emails and using SMS texting and that sort of thing. So you do not need to go out under our marketing portal and set up a mail gun or email server or that sort of thing unless you want to, because there's one that's already assigned and used in here. Okay. So you don't need to set up any of that. You don't need to go set up a Twilio account to do SMS texting, because there is a service here that that you get that's automatically part of your account. What you get each month is that Actionera is giving you enough credit every month, and it refreshes every month, so it doesn't carry over, it just refreshes. Every month you're getting enough credit to be able to send out a combination of 6,000 emails or 6,000 texts, or a combination of the two. Okay. And if you end up sending out more, if you have an email list that's, multiple thousands, and you send out, multiple emails throughout the month, and you exceed that total of 6,000, then you can buy more credits, and it works out to about $10 per 6,000. Okay. Now, we price this so that it was on par with what other systems like ActiveCampaign or Keep or whatever. But the difference is ActiveCampaign and Keep charge you by the number of users you have in your account, not the number of emails that you're sending. So in most cases, people are going to be saving money under this system than they would if they were using another system. And we figure that out. Like, for example, one of our ActiveCampaign accounts that we have has 30,000 emails on it. We pay over $800 a month just to have those 30,000 people in our account, whether we email them or not. If we took those same 30,000 people and put them into our marketing portal, in order to get up to $800 a month, we would have to email that list, like, I think it was like 5 times a week, which we don't because it's too much, to be paying $800 a month. So it's on par, if not better, in cost and usage cost, except for now we get to do SMS texting and all that fun stuff along with it. Okay. So the usage fees apply to SMS texting It applies to email, and it applies to some of the AI, which again we don't have figured out yet. So bear with us while we figure that out, and then we'll let you know specifically on that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll make AI a part of our next marketing call. Maybe that's what I'll focus in on, and also on what they call the phone system, which allows you to actually auto send voicemails to people that just leave voicemails on their phone, or auto send recordings to people. So when they answer the phone, it plays a recording for them. So the difference between those two, so that you understand their capabilities, is one their phone will ring once and then it will stop ringing and it'll just auto go to their voicemail and leave the voicemail. And the second option is the phone will ring, and if they answer, it'll play that recording for them so that they can listen to it live. Okay. I've never used that before. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. But who knows? Maybe that might work really well. But I find
Well, if they can press a button and engage with you, like press 2 if you want to speak to me live, or press 2 to something, that might be fun.
believe
Just
so. Yeah.
and follow up with what you're saying. I understand. So any way that you use up your, you can combine 3,000 of one or 3,000 of the other, but is it like a push notification? Like if they answer a series of things, then they are like a bot would send them, like we set up the funnel within the chat bot. And then if they say, yes, I'm interested, then they get another message automatically with like a link to try something. Like, is it like a funnel like that? And is that funnel considered one push notification, every part of that funnel, even if we're interacting at 10 levels, is that considered one, or is that 10?
So that would be part of the either workflow AI or conversation AI, which again, I don't know enough about to be able to say yay or nay on that. All I know is that there will be a usage fee there. But automations could have multiple things happening in the automation. So for example, the workflow AI automation would be like a chat bot, or the conversation AI would be a chat bot that would trigger an automation. And then in the automation, you might say, well, if they do this, then send them this text message. And if they do that, send them this voicemail call. That would be probably 3 different usage fees. Because they're all.
What's the difference with the SMS push? That's just a one thing, like, right now, my webinar is starting now. Here's the link. It's like a one. So that's a push notification is almost like a push email. It's like a push email, but it's going to your phone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the difference between, a text message is obviously going to their text app and they tap on that and they get the text app. A push notification is going to open up your phone or your app and take them wherever you want inside the app. The preference for us in Actionera's world is to use push notifications first and foremost. And the reason being is there's 0 usage cost with push notifications. Okay. Actionera charges nothing for you to send out a push notification to get people to go to your app. Plus, it's opening your app and taking them to a place where you can really engage with them and get them to take some kind of action. So you want to use push notifications primarily over SMS texting. SMS texting is kind of a secondary, possibility, that sort of thing.
So I could use push notifications 100% within Actionera for free.
Yeah.
And then use my 6,000 plus. I understand I have to pay $10 for each 6,000, and use my usage allotment, not using the SMS texting.
Yeah. So you got choices on there. I mean, we obviously want to recommend push notifications. Going to get better engagement. It's free. And there's more that you can do with it. Like you send push notifications to specific tags and, specific to a specific piece of content and that sort of thing. So I'm going to show that to everybody here today, what that looks like. And then we've also got the push funnel that's going to be coming soon, and push scheduling that's also coming soon. So, and also in-app notifications, which is part of the next phase of push notifications. which gets massive engagement,
Yeah.
like 80%.
It's
engagement.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I use it.
awesome,
Yeah, I use
right?
it a lot.
So, so
Yeah.
that's what, you know, when, and we built this whole new system custom to Actionera because it was not being used enough on the one signal side of things, and one signal just did the dumbest thing they could ever do. They went in there and they basically took away a whole bunch of services and forced everybody to pay more money. And we're like, well, screw you. And we're going to build our own system. So I guess that's
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, thank you for the clarification. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet. All right, let's keep going with questions, and then I'll get into showing you guys the push side of things. Sasha.
Sorry, I had another question too about the migration.
Yeah.
You want me to just ask you now? I wrote
Yeah,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead and ask.
I just, the migration, you had mentioned, and I'd seen something in their marketing that the migration is like an easy one-click migration or something. I'm not as interested in migrating my actual email list as I am all of my landing pages and my email funnels and that. So I'm on Kartra.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard Kartra person, so this is like a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm super loyal to them. So, but what would that look like for me to migrate? Is when they say, or you say easy migration, are we talking about
that's only from one Go High level to another Go High level account.
okay? So what would it take for me to? There is no migration. I'm actually building. Am I building?
I mean, the only migration is the import export of your contacts into an import export into Go High level. The only other integration that they have is with ClickFunnels, which is when you create a new funnel, you can put a ClickFunnel URL in there and it'll auto build that funnel or that web page. So there is no Kartra, easy, migration.
So I would have to build all my funnels, replicate them and build all of my landing pages.
Yeah.
Which theirs is like a drag and drop. I'm assuming it's like a drag.
It would be very similar to Kartra, right? It's almost a mirror and replication of ClickFunnels. So anybody that's ever used ClickFunnels before, it's like looks just like that. But yeah, you would have to kind of build in that. Now, one of the other things that is happening with us hiring Alberto is going to be creating, and he's going to be directed by Iman in this case, because we're building out, a whole marketing system within Actionera. He's going to be building snapshots, and snapshots in Go High level are like pre-built websites, funnels, email copy, automations, all these things that do all these different things and talk to each other in all these different ways that are built within a particular account in our agency. And then we're able to actually take that account, that snapshot of that account, and import it with just a couple clicks into your account. So we're going to be loading up everybody's account with pre-built websites, templates, funnels, automations, emails, and that sort of thing that you can use however you want.
How about landing pages?
What's that?
How about landing pages?
Yeah, landing pages. Yeah. Landing pages are going to be built into the funnels because that's the way the funnels work. Landing page that leads to a confirmation page that triggers an automation or whatever, that type of thing. So that is something that will be available to everybody for being a part of this. Okay. Sasha, you had your hand up and then you lowered it, and so I'll take your question first, then You're muted. You're muted, Sasha.
Yes, thank you. That was a slip of the finger. So what I'd like, please, is your recommendation of priority steps to take. I have not set up anything on Actionera yet. I'm in the process of getting ready to have a meeting with a copywriter just to do my bio so that I'm really clear about that, and then I'll develop it from there. What I would like to know from you, please, is how I could and what I should do to implement what I'm actively involved with in my business. And what I'm actively involved with right now is a second iteration of my course that I did through Ultimate Course Formula, and it's called Ignite Your Intuition for Business Owners, where I have a lot of video testimonies from people who have completed the first iteration. And I want to do more field research for the second iteration, but still have those testimony videos somewhere, preferably on this app, so I can start using it. So the steps that I am currently engaged in are reaching out to people to see if they're interested in field research, enrolling people into the September course, and having them have some kind of visual, like a landing page that would include the testimonies. So I'd like your suggestions, please.
I don't think I'm the right person to ask this question of, because it relates to Ultimate Course Formula and what he teaches. And I think that's best to be asked of Iman, because it relates to what his whole process is. Here's what I want to do. I want to refocus you on what's related to Actionera. What's related to Actionera is that you need to get started on building your app. You need to start doing the onboarding of your app with Matt, getting your basic content together, your content checklist, so you can be ready with an app to be able to load your course into, and to be able to do, and to be able to use all of the things that Actionera offers. Your question here is kind of going outside of the scope of what Actionera offers, even though you get this with Actionera through Iman. That's more of an Iman question. And if I attempt to answer that, I could just be going really off focus on what Iman would normally offer. So Iman, I think, is still doing, tomorrow is today Tuesday? He's got his next Ultimate Course Formula live training. Is that right? Does anybody know? Anybody in the middle of Ultimate Course Formula right
I
now?
think he's already completed it, but
Okay.
that's okay. I'm with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So here's what I see a lot, Sasha, that I really want to kind of speak to everybody that hasn't launched their app yet. I see a lot of people signing up for Actionera, excited about Actionera, and they're doing everything else but the things that are needed to actually launch Actionera. And that is step one in being able to take what you are creating here and doing something with it. So I really want to encourage you and anybody else that's been on the fence or have been working on your app for a while, or hasn't been working on your app for a while, but have signed up a while ago, to focus in on the basic steps in the onboarding process that we take you through to launch your app, your website, and such. So if I start to take you down another path, I'm doing a disservice to you if I do that.
Absolutely. I accept.
Okay, cool.
I do have one other question with regards to that. And I will be opening up Matt's onboarding email. Is there information in there that's going to get me back into filling out what's necessary for the JV directory? That's the question. And one last thing, then I'll be quiet. You had sent me an email telling me what to do during one of the classes, I think maybe with Iman. And I was having trouble with the web pages. And then you sent me a link to just fill out a form. It looked like a Google form. Is that something that I can easily find and send to you at this point so that I am doing it correctly? The JV directory content.
Look in the chat right now. This is for everybody. If you have not set up your membership to the JVIC or the JV directory, that's the link where you go to do that.
The one that ends with Actionera equals and then all caps Actionera, that one, because there's there are two. Okay. Yep. Okay, great. I'm just going to close with this. I still think you're a genius, Robert.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Just saying. Okay, bye, everybody.
All right. God, Barbara, you're here.
She's here.
Barbara, what's your
Long
question?
time no see.
I know. Well, I missed you. I mean, I feel my life is more complete when you're on these calls. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to be here. I just want to say I was able to look at the marketing portal on the weekend, and I am absolutely floored by what's there for the price we're paying. And I used to use, a couple of years ago, I used to use Hootsuite for my social media.
Yeah.
And every time I went to renew, the price went up. And I just looked just now, and it's now up to $99 a month.
Yeah.
And they are awesome. But when I looked at our marketing portal and that social media, it's almost identical.
Yeah.
So I am thrilled to be paying $50 a month just for that alone. And I have to look at all the other stuff because I do, I have Get Response, and I've got Optimized Press, and I don't pay much for those. So I'm kind of like, do I want to learn something new yet? Or do I want to switch everything over, like over this year coming up? But I just want to say I am more than impressed. And one of the neat things about the social media is that you can add all of your, like I use memes mostly.
Uh-huh.
And I just go on Canva, make a bunch, and then store them. But on for our media, there's like an actual media place on our marketing portal. I can shove them all in there. I can create folders. So when I go make my social media posts, it's like what I want is like a click away rather than having to go to my computer files and find where I have it. It's all organized. I mean, I said, I
That's
don't
pretty
know. I
cool.
did like 2 weeks worth in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
So I encourage everyone to use
For
that.
those that are wondering a bit what we're talking about here, inside of your marketing portal, if you go under marketing and you click on social planner, you can connect your social media accounts here. So we have 2 Facebook accounts, and I think this is a LinkedIn account, and I've got a Twitter account here that I think is kind of broken here. But what you can do is that you can do a new post and basically choose, I want to like post an image or a meme or quote or something like that to my Facebook account and my LinkedIn account. You could choose both of those accounts and basically, upload, pictures. And this is the media area here. So like, for example, I have Max. This is what Max is doing for us. And he's just kind of getting started with this. We've never really had a social media presence before. So we're working on changing that. But this is like, okay, that's Facebook. It obviously looks a little bit different because I don't think this is the right size in here. But this is a graphic of one of our speakers on the tour. So we're like posting, messages of like, hey, here's April Ross, who did a talk on extraordinary connection and that sort of thing. We're just kind of doing kind of pre-post for the big launch in whatever. But this is where you kind of manage it all. So you can come in here and I could post, like, we need to get Instagram connected here. We need to get Threads. My God, how many are there now, right? And how many of them, why do they have to all be Facebook, right? But anyway, this is where you kind of manage the social media side of things. And it's kind of cool. And then it'll actually give you kind of stats and, you can do a preview link. So if I do a preview link here, then it shows me on LinkedIn, on my account, what we've put in here and that sort of thing. So this is what we're talking about here, is the social planner side under marketing is the things that you can do there. So thank you, Barbara.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Jarrett and Debbie.
Hello, Robert.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. My intention is to start off with selling a stop smoking product, which I want to have people book into a sales call.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a the format or template, or can you help me with that, or?
Sure. So the strategy would be this. So if someone is on your site, well, there's a couple strategies. Or if someone would downloaded your app or they're on your Actionera website and they're just kind of learning things, well, one of the key things that you want is you want some content, free content that's going to be like that trigger for people to want more from you. In the app, when you're building out a page that is also mirrored on the website, you share whatever that content is. So maybe it's a video, maybe it's an article, maybe it's a vertical video or whatever. There is an area in there called the call to action. The call to action URL or text, and the call to action URL. And the call to action is text is whatever text you want overlying the URL. And so let's say, for example, you're sharing a video about quitting smoking and maybe the challenges of it and that sort of thing, and that there is a way to actually, get there sooner than later. Then that call to action would be like, click here to schedule, a call with me or whatever, your coaching call with me to discuss how we can help you, right? What you do, if we're using both the actual app and the marketing platform, is that you can go in here and you can, under settings in the marketing platform, you can create a calendar. And that calendar is just like and you can create multiple calendars, which is pretty cool because you're not limited, to just one and you have to pay more to get a second one or whatever. And you can have it connected to your Google, calendar or whatever calendar that you use. And it will also make sure that it's not, you could like set, I want people to be able to book a call from me from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if you happen to have something in your Google calendar that is blocked out from 1 to 3 on Thursday, it won't give them the option. There won't be double booking, right? So this gives you a link. When you got that calendar, it actually gives you a link that you put in that call to action link. So when they click on that, it goes right over to on their phone or on their website to actually book that call with you. Now, that's only one part of it. I mean, this is a pretty typical, simple calendar thing. But if you really want to leverage the marketing platform, then you go in here and under automation and you create a workflow. And a workflow is just an automation that basically says, once this trigger happens, so like once they, I think what we're looking for is a calendar. Schedule. Once they book a call with you, then you can give them a tag, and then you can start to create. So let me just pick something in here in general here, or you could do a SMS text message.
Robert,
yes.
It's appointment.
Is that what it's called? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Appointment. So the trigger is appointment status, right? And the event is event type is appointment status is new, and then they say that. Okay. So,
Appointment status is confirmed.
Confirmed. Thank you. But so again, these are things that we could definitely get into here. But what I want to say is that having them book a call with you is one level of, okay, you can probably get on a call with them, maybe convert them, but then there's more that you can do with them. So you can, once the appointment status is confirmed, you can actually make sure you send them an SMS text message so that they don't forget that. That could be one of the automations. It could be after the appointment is over with, you can then follow up with an email that's all automated with an invite to, sign up for your course or your program or whatever. Look, here's a workflow AI. There's a ChatGPT integration here. And there's a lot of things that you can do. You just got to think through what are the possibilities here to really optimize them creating a time with you and ultimately nurturing them. That's what this is a nurturing sequence to ultimately get them to sign up for whatever you want them to sign up for. Okay. So, I don't know if I'm answering your question here, but but that is a very good and for everybody, a good strategy ultimately to get people to become part of your program, whether you have a course, whether you have a coaching program, whether you got a webinar, whether you got whatever it is that you've got going on. Use that, and if you do strategy calls, coaching calls, free or whatever, use that system of the calendar along with the automations to really optimize results from that.
Okay, thanks. Do you guys have like templates like ClickFunnels, or am I building everything from scratch?
No, there are templates in there. Yeah. Like ClickFunnels.
So
But
do you-
we're also building automation snapshots or templates specifically for app owners and specifically for different strategies that will load into your account and let you know to use when they're available to you. That's what we're just getting started with our new team member.
Okay, next question. With the push notifications, will a push notification allow an audio to be played automatically? So the person doesn't have to touch anything.
Not automatically. So when they click on it, it'll take them to, okay, so this is my opportunity here to talk about push notifications. I'll tell you why it's not allowed automatically is because Apple will not allow that as a functionality in any app. So there has to be a trigger where they have to hit play. So in the Actionera marketing platform, the 9.0 version, when you set up a push notification, so the way you actually set up a push notification now is you go over here on the left-hand side, this send opens up the notification window. And this is where you kind of do the push notification. You got the subject, and you got, if you want an image, the image is just going to be a tiny little icon. It only shows up on Android phones. It doesn't show up on iPhones. Okay. It's an Android feature only. And then you've got your push message, which is not a long message. It's, I think, 240 characters or something like that. Because if you do too much more than that, it's just a worthless push notification. But then when you get down here, you got options of where you want this notification to link to. So you can just send them to the home screen. You can send them to a particular section in the app. And these are like all the sections. Like you can send them to the list of action clips, the calendar, the directories, the topics, that sort of thing. So this, that might be something. Or you can send them to a specific piece of content. Okay, well, if I want to send them to a specific piece of content, then I want to send them, let's say, to a specific article. You choose article, and then you actually choose that specific article. You can send them to a specific tag. Now, here, I want you to notice something here. I chose a particular article that had a tag to it. So it automatically doesn't allow me to send a push notification to everyone, because it's only because it's a piece of content that has a tag to it. It's only allowing me to send to the people that have this particular tag. But I have multiple tags for this particular article, so I could take one out or send them to both here. So if I chose a different article that didn't have a tag, article no tag, then I can send to everyone, or I could just send to all of my tags or a particular tag, this particular article. Okay. So it's very, very sophisticated as far as what it's capable of doing and how it breaks down based off of the way the content is organized. It also tells you how many people how many devices it's sending it to, and how many members. And members are actually members that have signed up to become a member of your app. So there are 9 devices. That means there are 4 people that have devices that are not a member of your app. Okay. And then right now, this is something you can only send now, but the next iteration of the push notifications, which does not require an app update, it's just going to be automatically added to everybody's account, is you'll be able to schedule a day and a time to send that notification. So this is how the new kind of notification system works. Now the fourth option is you can send them to a URL. The way the URL works is that it opens up your app and then it opens up that web page inside your app. So,
Okay, so here's my
so- yeah.
And when it gets to that app, I mean, that URL page, can't I have that page have an automated video start playing automatically?
If your web page does that, yes.
So then this will solve the problem I'm trying to do.
Right. Because
Okay.
we're not actually, we're bypassing the app and we're going right to the URL.
Right. Okay, perfect. You answered my question. I've been looking for this for like 10 years to try and run my house.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
You solved my
So,
problem.
so you could have autoplay turned on a YouTube video or
Yeah.
autoplay turned on a
Yeah,
audio player.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Jared. Jennifer.
Hey, Robert, I was next in queue, but it lowered my hand.
Oh,
I just-
doggone it, Eric. Let's go with you now.
The reason I kind of jumped in also is I went through this whole appointment reminder thing with them.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they have a canned workflow automation called appointment confirmation and reminder, and it'll send an email and an SMS message, and you can set like 24 hours before, like the different times.
Yeah.
And then you have to set a trigger for each event type that you want it to work with, but there's a way to set multiple triggers. You just keep adding new workflow triggers.
Yeah.
But it's complicated. I mean, it's wonky, So my request to you is, I mean, if you use like Calendly, it just does it automatically. And if there's a
Right.
way that you can set things up through Alberto so that we don't have to build that and kind of keep adding.
Well,
to it,
that would be part of a
awesome.
snapshot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the only way that we could do that, I mean, we're obviously not the builder of Go High Level, so we can't customize the code,
Right.
but we could create an automation where that's all preset.
That's what
And you
that's
just-
what I'm requesting. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, well, that's good. I'll make note of that.
And then item number 2,
Mhm.
I'm running my course right now on the Actionera platform.
Yay.
So I want to, when somebody signs up, I have them, they're automatically assigned a tag, and I have an automation that sends them a welcome email. But what I want to also do is automatically schedule them for an appointment and a reminder string for each class. And Go High Level is, I've been going around and around with them about that. And it's like a lot of manual work to have to do that. And at first it didn't seem like there was any way at all. And I finally have uncovered something, but I'm still trying to get some details. But anyway, that's kind of a natural thing that you get with, like Thinkific or whatever, like there's a way that you could have class reminders built into the course platform piece that we could activate. That would be awesome.
Well, that should just be an autoresponder that is set up to where
But you have to build every single piece
Right.
of it and put a custom date in for each thing. And every time you
Should-
run the class again, you got to redo all that. And it's not triggered.
Wait, are you talking about, is it a timed class? Like it starts on October 1st and it goes to November 1st, 30 days or whatever? Or is it a drip where
It is,
someone-
it's a live class that starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time and runs for 6 consecutive weeks.
Okay, so
And I want to be able to, and every time I've tried to, so anyway, I haven't
Okay,
figured
I'll
out.
I'll have to look into that. My understanding is that the way you set that up, and maybe, maybe Go High Level does a little bit different, is that when you set that up, is that you set it up to where the first trigger of the first email happens, on this particular day, right? And then the next step in the automation is you're going to send the next email 5 days later, the next email 5 days later, the next email 5 days later.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I just want to be able, so what I've been able to do in other course platforms is identify the dates of the course, and then automatically that same appointment reminder thing kicks in. So 24 hours in advance, the morning of, an hour, like that, and it happens automatically.
Yeah,
And it does it for all of the class instances in the course. Without
Yeah.
me having to go in and set a custom date for 24 hours ahead of time and then calculate
I see.
date
Okay.
and time, and then
Well,
calculate 6 hours in advance and
Right.
1 hour in advance, and then do it again and again for each class.
Hey, Eric, check out the webinar reminder template that is in the system.
I
I
will.
believe that has some of the features you are looking for. I believe it's called a wait or a hold step, and you can set how long that it waits to send the next email.
That's a wait versus a keyed off of a date thing. The appointment reminders, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. But the appointment reminders, once the trigger appointment confirmed happens, all the info about the appointment, including the date and the time in the other person's time zone, gets keyed, and then this whole reminder string happens automatically, and it includes, you have the ability to say, 24 hours ahead and 6 hours, like it does, but it all happens automatically, versus having to calculate a wait until, and then saying either the number of hours or, you get the idea. It's like very complex.
yeah, we get the idea. And we're working, remember, we're working with two different systems that are independent, and we're trying to make them work together.
Right.
The thing that will be the best reminder tool that you're going to get coming up here with the funnel phase of the push notifications is going to be that that push. If you want people to really get in and complete a course, get them to download your app and unlock that course inside the app, because it'll work independently and together with Go High Level. So here's the scenario. The scenario is this: someone signs up for a course, they pay you on your marketing portal account, that gives them it adds them to the CRM, gives them a tag, it sends over data over to the Actionera web and creates the account over there and gives them the tag over there to unlock that course. And once it does that, once it enrolls them in that course, it then triggers if they have the app downloaded, it'll trigger a push sequence. The first push might say, congratulations, you're signed up for the course, tap here to log in now, right? Then you can set a 24-hour interval to send out reminders for that next lesson. The next lesson is dropped today. There'll be a push notification. The next lesson is dropped today, another push notification. That will be on the push side, the app side of things. And then while at the same time, you're sending out emails or text messages or whatever, if you want double reminders on the marketing side of things. So I know what you're looking for. And we'll talk to Alberto about, now Alberto is one of the areas that he's really an expert in is the automation side of things. Mm-hmm. So maybe, Eric, if you could do this for me, send me an email, what you're looking for, very specifically detailed, then I'll ask Alberto to look at that and see if he can provide a solution for that.
That's awesome. I will do that. And I'll tell you right now what happens is that when somebody buys the course, and right now I'm using ThriveCart because I have it set up over there, but I could move it into the marketing platform. But when they buy it on ThriveCart, it creates a tag in the marketing system, and that tag automatically triggers an email to be sent to that person.
Yep.
Which has instructions about the course and the unlock code and a variety of things like that. Yep. And tells them how to use the unlock code to open the course.
Yeah.
And so then it's up to them to do that versus me being able to automatically unlock it for them.
Well, that's coming. That's the automation that we're building specifically between the app and the website is that, but you would have to get that payment system inside of the marketing portal, not ThriveCart, because you're just creating more complexity there. And you might as
I
well.
understand. Yeah, I understand that.
So
Right now, I'm
after
using
that
my
payment-
card because
After
that's
that payment
set up.
goes through, an automation will go over and set up and that account for them if they don't already have the account, or it'll find their existing account, unlock it, and all they got to do is go access it at that point. So
Right.
there is
And
no.
the other thing that I want to do though, and
Mhm.
that's where this other discussion was, is then I also automatically want to set them up for the reminders for the specified course dates for that particular cohort.
Yeah.
That round of the course. And I'm happy to provide those specific dates.
Yeah, provide them to, so
Fine,
we have a
but-
context of what you want built.
Well, no, I mean, have it set up. I'm happy to like go to the automation and change the dates for each of the course class dates.
Yeah.
Or if I have to, or something like that, that's fine. But right now it's not, none of that's automatic.
All right, send it to us and we'll see what we can do to help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. Jennifer.
Maybe you answered this, but I wanted to follow up on it is, that you were going to launch an AI tools app. What's the status on that? Has that been launched already?
No, I held off just so that I can go on 9.0. It's so it'll be probably the first app that we launch on the App Store in the next week or so.
Awesome. Thank you.
And now, believe me, everybody will know about that once I do it, because I'm putting a huge amount of work into it. So I really want you guys to download it and use it. Jim.
Thanks, Robert. Further to Eric's comment on canned processes and that sort of thing, especially where from a marketing standpoint, especially, but also from an app and website standpoint, I'm early on in this journey relative to a lot of people, even on this call. And I'm sure that Roberto has a lot of other things that are also priority, but it would be very helpful if there was kind of a roadmap or a recommended series of settings and how to related to like the steps in maturity that we are in this in the development of our courses. For example, remind me the term that Aman uses to define the several levels of maturity.
I don't know. I'm gonna purposely distract you away from that and tell you that there's only one thing in the Actionera world that I need you to focus on.
Yeah.
And that's launch your app. That's to gather the content. It's to go through the onboarding process with Matt.
I understand. And I have a better handle of all that. But what I'm specifically focused on in this question is as a maturity or early on functionality that the marketing portal is going to, I'm going to leverage there specifically, right?
Right. Well, starting out using the marketing portal, you're going to use it for lead pages, for getting people opted into your list, and you're going to be using it for just basic funnel building, for calendar if you're going to do any kind of coaching calls or application processes or nurturing sequences, that sort of thing. Is that what you're talking about? Kind of how do we start off?
Yeah. Like, so let me give you an example, okay, that is unrelated to Actionera. In a prior life, I was I don't tell most people this because it kind of labels you, and I'm not one of these people, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I used to be an accountant.
Oh my God.
And a finance guy, and advise people in in how to run their finance departments and that sort of thing. And when we were implementing accounting systems, you would naturally be familiar that you need a month-end process, you need an annual closing process, but then there's a budgeting process or a encumbrance accounting process that actually locks the budget so no one else can spend it. And And you got to decide whether you've got first in, first out, or
So
last in, first out, all this other baloney.
Yeah.
That really, as a small business person, you really just need a month-end process and an annual process, and don't worry about all the other stuff for now, right?
Okay.
And in an accounting system, you know, unless you have good guidance or it's a very simple one that you're using, you know, you've got 1,000 different settings that you could set that you don't need to worry about, as long as you get your month-end process and your annual process and a few other little things.
No, I get it. And then I want to just to save time because we're running out of time here. I think I know what you're asking. Here's what I believe that there is a evolution of that works for getting people into the Actionera world and into accomplishing the 3 goals that we teach.
And so I know that we don't have a lot of time. I'm just suggesting that it would be helpful if on one of the future calls you spent 15 minutes on this.
Sure. Okay. I'll definitely look at that.
As it relates specifically to the marketing portal.
Yeah, well, the marketing
And I
portal-
realize that it's all integrated,
It's
so
a
there's
piece-
other things that are
yeah.
going to be, but you know, that's the new Ferrari that we've
Well, here's
got in our
my
stable now.
My quick answer to this is something that we do very specifically one-on-one inside of our Authority Advantage program. Is that for most people that either, you know, let's just say they get to the point where they launch their app and their app is launched, and then there is like, all right, now what? You know, where do I go from here? And that's where a lot of people kind of get stuck. The biggest place I think people get stuck in our industry in general, our industry of just marketing our business online and making money, doing that, is that they lack the strategy to systems to sales and the rinse and repeat of that to build a business that makes them consistent income in their business. So
right, and I'm just talking though. I understand.
I know what you're talking about.
A very simple
part of it is the marketing portal
that gets me to level 1 in the marketing portal, and then I realize you've got add-on services to help me be more sophisticated.
Well, but that's so what we're doing in order to be able to fill that gap. App is launched, you have a website, you have a program design, you built a course or whatever, but you don't have the strategy that leads to the system that leads to the sale, and then the repeat of that process or the repeat of multiple strategies over a period of time, like Iman teaches in a 17-week program. What we're doing to help everybody with that is to build the systems that the strategies can connect to, and that you can sell what you've got that you've built that you have to offer. That's what's being built in the snapshots that will be provided to everybody, and that's where we fill the gap.
I'm sorry, I missed the concept of snapshots. I haven't heard that.
It's the simple explanation is that we pre-build funnels, websites, lead pages, their templates, automations, email copy, that sort of thing, that we then just are able to in one particular account, then we're able to just send to everybody's account with a click of a button, and now it's there for you to be able to customize and use. That's what that is.
Okay. And there will be a list of those published somewhere?
Yeah, we'll be, once those snapshots are available, we'll train you and teach you on how to use all of them.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cupertino Toastmasters, Ramesh, the one and only.
Sorry about that.
That's right. I didn't know you. Do you live in Cupertino?
Yeah, I'm close to Cupertino. Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, go for it.
Yeah, so one enhancement request I have for AMP, for marketing portal, is there is a way to create folders in for say automation or for sites, right? But there is no way to create folder for products. in payment, underpayment in products. So, if I've created all the different courses, bundles, this, that, each one is a product. And now it's like 3 pages long, 3 web pages long. I would like to be able to put it in separate folders into course products or, mastermind products.
Yeah,
or-
if it's not available, then it's not available. It's not something I have control over. It's not even something I don't like have the direct access to go high level people to make that suggestion. You could make that suggestion, but I not anything I could do about that because that's the go high level side of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there your new expert? Does he have any expert advice on that?
I don't know. We'll ask him when we have a chance. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, I have a similar problem with documents, cloud upload on a content portal as well. Actionera content portal. We need a folder.
Yeah, that's I hear you on that. We'll put that on our list. It's not something that we'll be able to do anytime soon. What we'll be able to do is you'll be able to actually organize that by tags. And there is a new search functionality that's coming to where you can search a page or search 100 listings or whatever very quickly, or sort. That we have a whole new sorting system that's coming in there. But folders would probably be down way down the road as far as being able to create that. But thank you for the idea.
Yeah, and currently I'm doing it through sort order numbers. Yeah. I've allotted like 100 to 150 for this type and 200 to 250 for other type. So that is kind of pseudo folder, but not very convenient.
Okay. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. All right, I'll take that into consideration for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Ramesh.
Thanks.
Madeline.
Hi, thanks for circling back around to me. I wanted to keep beating that dead horse and bring back around what Eric was talking about, because it sounded to me like that was an issue of date versus wait. Like, are you waiting 365 days for something? Or are you waiting 24 hours, or does it happen on a specific date? So is the system in its new iteration going to be set up on date or wait? Like, what is the trigger? Is it a date or
Are
a
you
wait?
talking about the marketing portal or the
push. No, within Actionera, the push
the push. The push will be it'll be either or. The
so
push,
you can choose a date or a wait.
You can choose the date, or you could choose a wait in 24-hour period of times. A drip. It's like a drip, right?
For the push.
For the push.
So if a push is a broadcast, so I want to send this out on this date. So I can't see it now because I think it's going to come out in the 9.0. So it's not there yet. You said in the next iteration.
So 9.0 is phase 1 of push notifications.
Okay.
Right? And phase 2, there's a phase 2 and there's a phase 3 of push notifications that does not require an app update. So you don't have to wait till 10 to use it. It'll all just be happening in the back end. The different phases will include, the next phase will include scheduling a specific date and time for a push notification to go out.
Based on tags?
Oh, sure.
Tag based.
Yeah, that's already there. Tags, sending out push notifications are already there for sending out to tags. That's available now, right? Now meaning 9.0 when that launches. And you'll be able to schedule a specific date and a specific time.
Mm-hmm.
There's the possibility, but I don't know for sure yet, that you'll be able to actually toggle a little button that says send it at this time in the time zone of that person's phone.
Right. I understand.
Right? I don't know if that's going to be the case yet, but that's possible. Mm-hmm. That's one phase, to be able to schedule when to send that push notification. The next phase will be able to create a push sequence or a funnel or whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah. Where you could say, once someone has this tag. Now that's got to be tag based, right? So once someone gets this tag, send this push notification immediately. And then you can then say the next push notification I want to send out on this date or X number of days after the previous push notification.
Gotcha.
And then the third step would be X number of days after the next push notification or specific date.
Mhm.
Okay. That is it's an autoresponder basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, is there a recurring event feature? So if I say I want it to go out every Monday at 10 a.m. to this tag. So it's a recurring event. So it's not
I don't
like,
know. I think that's a good question. I need to ask the programmers on if that capability is available to us.
okay. So, for the Actionera portion, if that is available, I think that would help. For sure, it's going to help me, but for anybody who has a weekly call, like Robert, you have a weekly call on Thursday, we could all get a push notification, half an hour before, which we could preload, but having to only load it once for the whole year. So my contracts are a year, yours are in perpetuity, but if I have 4 weekly calls with a group, I would like to in advance set it up for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all year long. Pause when necessary. That's the other thing. Do you have a pause feature?
The pause meaning no.
So if you have a recurring feature, it's something that a lot of people don't think about, but it's important to have a pause feature. So if you have a recurring call on Thursday, but like we celebrate Thanksgiving, we wouldn't have a call, let's say on Thanksgiving, you'll pause it or reschedule, and it doesn't interrupt your workflow or your automation. So you can you'd have to manually pause for Christmas or New Year's or
I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. I doubt it that there's a pause feature.
Okay. Something to think about.
Yeah. It's again, we have to work within the confines of a technology that we're connecting to, which is an Amazon push system called Firebase, right? That's what we're connecting to, which is a lot of what push technologies connect to. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to answer. I know how to do something like that, right? So, within what I know we're going to do, you would have to set up, for example, an autoresponder for each month of the year, and you basically say, this is my push for January, send it out on this day, and then 7 days later, then 7 days later, and then 7 days later. And then if you get to November, send it out on this day, 7 days later, 7 days later, and then stop 14 days later, that type of thing. So that's the workaround on what I know that it can do. I just don't know if it can do the other things that you're talking about. So I'll look into them.
So yeah, the question is, can I set up for those 4 calls? So I have many companies that have 4 calls, but let's say for each company, they would have their own tag, and I would set up their times, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 12.
Yeah.
And my goal, my wish, it would be ideal if I could set that up one time recurring, and then it either has an end date, in perpetuity for 10 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the first goal. And the second thing is to understand what happens if I need to pause it. Like if I stop it, so I can always unclick it, do I need to recreate everything for all of the companies again? Or what's the way to jimmy that so that
I'll look into that. I know that, for example, if you want to, in the current system, is that under the current system, let's say if I'm on the homepage here, I go under communicate and go to push notifications. This is what went to the old one before, is that I can come in here and I see all the push notifications that were sent before. Now, one of the things that's going to be coming is going to tell you how many people download the app, how many people subscribe to the app. And one of the things that's going to be coming is a button where you can see stats, right? So you'll be able to see stats. Stats will be coming. But if I wanted to say, for example, I've sent this push notification, and it'll be the same for a funnel, wanted to resend that, I can just click on it and it'll pre-populate everything. And I could just basically go in there and change dates or areas or whatever that I want to go to. But what you're asking for is something I have to look into, and maybe Jennifer, maybe we can ask, Tech Tank on Friday if they know of that possibility. Yeah, we can look at
Right,
that.
if we were to hit resend, then, yeah, it should be sent on a specific, if it's date based, it would be going out on like every date. But I'm gonna wait on that because we don't know yet.
Yeah, I know
So-
what you're looking for. I just don't know. I know
Yeah.
that I know that one part that we're definitely building is that funnel, the autoresponder. And you'll be able to easily replicate an autoresponder and just change the dates, right? For a particular month. You can do a month at a time, 2 months at a time, or whatever. But I'll look into that. We'll see.
Right. And also, when I send that out, and I know that I can do a URL, but if I wanted to have like the reminder sent to our call, which is going to happen in Zoom or Teams or whatever it is, can that link be to Zoom or Teams? Because or
Yeah.
how are you doing the
The way it
webinars?
works, the way it works on a phone is if you put a Zoom link into the URL, when
Yeah.
they tap on that, it will actually open up the Zoom app and activate the Zoom app for them to actually jump on Zoom.
With the link already like preloaded, or now they have to
Yeah.
like copy and paste my.
No, preloaded.
But they're
Yeah.
just right in, perfect. And that happens the same way with Teams.
I don't know. I just know about Zoom. I would imagine if Teams has its own app,
Yeah,
then it'll do that. That's usually how those apps work. If it doesn't, it'll just take them to a web page for them to access the team thing right then and there.
and that was what you meant by when you said you can do your webinars within the app. Is that what you meant by that? Am I?
No, we have the plan, and it's something that we're going to be making part of the community module of Actionera to allow you to be able to embed a Zoom room into your Actionera website to where people don't have to log on to the typical Zoom software. They can just open up your web page, click on go live, and the Zoom room is in your web page. You got
Right.
the chat in there, and then below that you could have a sales page or comments or whatever that's stored there. So there's some really cool things that you're gonna be able to do with that. So that's part of the community module that will be coming out, is that feature.
But that's only for Zoom.
Only for Zoom.
So is there any plans or anything in the roadmap to have any other?
No.
So I would just use that URL function. That's no problem.
Yeah.
And a while back, we had talked about this issue of weight versus date for tags with the date ending. Is that going to be in the 9.0?
It's
Like
already
if-
there. It's
Oh, the
currently
date ending, it's already done. Okay.
Yeah, we have a in the tag area, because the tag area has changed quite a bit. When you go to tags and you go to add tag, one is you can do a tag bundle now, which I think everybody knows about, but there's actually a unlock code expiration date now. Now, what this does is it makes this tag not once, if I chose it for tomorrow, it means that no one will be able to unlock this code anymore, but the tag continues to be in place for people that got it. If you don't want those people to have it anymore, you have to remove the tag.
Ah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. So if somebody buys a year contract for a particular program, I'm not expiring them via a tag. I'm expiring them by removing the tag.
For them, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
super. Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Yep. All right, Jan, you're the last question of the day, so make
Just
it
a
good.
quick one, just a
Yeah.
quick one, because I know you're over time.
That's all right. No worries.
I just wanted to confirm what I think you're saying. You're telling us to be very much app centric rather than marketing portal centric.
First
I
and
think a lot
foremost,
of people-
first and foremost, app centric, because that's where you're going to get the higher engagement, the better, the higher open rate, higher opt-in rate, all that sort of thing. Marketing portal is just kind of it's to fill the gap of the things that the app doesn't do, and it's a secondary way of communicating.
Because I think a lot of us coming to this have been very much more coming from an alternative marketing platform like GetResponse or Carter or whatever else. So we're kind of thinking, well, how do we migrate all that stuff that we've got on there that we're familiar with? And then I'll think about the app later. So,
I wouldn't recommend that.
I've gone it. Are you saying we should stick with what we're using in alternative platforms until we've got the app launched and then
Yes.
think about the portal?
I am very, very clearly saying that. Now I'm
Okay.
very clearly saying that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
App-
that's, I think,
If
what
there's
I've-
Jennifer put a priority list in the chat. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the priority is get the app done and launched. Then that opens up a lot of opportunities and options for you. Hey, knock it off. And then spend time and that sort of thing, moving over to the marketing platform. Hey, stop it. Knock it off. It's all right. Don't worry about it. I got her. Yeah.
Okay,
So-
because I mean that I think that's where some of us. I think that's what Jim was saying as well. Some of us have got stuck in. Well, how do we set up
I'm
the
listening, by the way.
marketing portal? And I've been kind of going through a chicken and an egg thing of,
Right.
well, I'm trying to do this, and then it seems I've got to do this first. So
Yeah.
you know,
I would absolutely do the my app first.
okay.
And
Just
that's what
carry
I do.
on with what I'm
Whenever I
familiar
launch a
with.
new app, all I focus in is on the app, but the app's got to get done. It's got to get launched, that sort of thing. I mean, I might be building pieces within whatever system I have. Like if I have Active Campaign and I have our in the Go High Level marketing into our platform. So I'll the app is always kind of first priority. Get that done.
Okay.
It opens up the world in a lot of different ways for you to then start making connections, but the app needs to be done first.
All right, thank you. That's really just clarified for me.
And Robert, if I can chime in there too, I think that, you know, you're inviting a brand new channel of communication into your current business. So having a really clear picture of how that app plays with your current clients, potential clients, and all of that is, I think, really key to understanding what you need to build in the marketing portal and all of that. Because if you just start randomly building pages, you know, you need some strategy, right, behind that first.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. That help, Jen? Good stuff. All right.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, everybody. Hopefully this was it was a wide-ranging call. It was a good call, and hopefully it was helpful for you guys. And we obviously are figuring out a bunch of stuff, and we got new team members that will help us with that side of things. But Actionera 9.0 is a game-changing platform for us in a lot of different ways. So I really want you guys to get that app launched so you can start using it. And if you have an existing app, I hope that you're updating your app to 9.0 because there's so many things that you're going to be able to do with that. So with that being said, Chloe is done with me being on this call. So I'm going to go serve my master here. And thank you all for your time here today. Let me know if you have any questions, just email me. We'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Take care.